Record. This is World War II personified as Hitler. I'm going to interview the 5 general causes of World War II. First up, Treaty of Versailles.
Good evening, World War II personified. Are we going to start the interview?
Yes, but we only have a few moments, so please take a seat. So, you dastardly homewrecker, would you like to tell me how your pathetic attempt at peace created ample opportunity for me to manifest?
Would you like to explain why your pathetic attempt at peace created ample opportunity for me to manifest? Really, Hitler, if you must know, war was not our intention. Our plan was to disarm you and drain you of all wealth so you would be too weak to fight again. You found our war reparations to be too harsh. The economic conditions, thank you. Goodbye. Economic conditions, it's your turn. I say goodbye.
Economic conditions? Economic conditions, you don't look so good. You look pale, thin.
The reception is hitting me pretty hard. I lost my house and my car. I actually had to walk here. Speaking of which, can I have some money for the bus fare?
Really? Do you know who you're talking to? Be serious. Continuing, could you please elaborate on the treaty statement about your harsh condition?
Well, you, Hitler, used me to support yourself. The depression in Germany caused by war reparations created enormous inflation of unemployment and famine. The German people lost all hope and turned to anyone who said that they could help them, resulting in the election of Hitler.
Ah, that was a good day.
You said you could get them out of debt and create a place in the sun for Germany.
Yes, well, you've been excruciatingly helpful, but I think I need to hear for myself now. Thank you. Knock, knock. Hey, monsieur, put up a chair, buddy. I just have a few short questions on the general causes of World War II.
Anything for you, Hansel?
Oh, you're too kind. First off, how did you ensure power over the German population?
Well, thank you for asking. I put great thought into how I was going to help the German people. And it started with the Enabling Act. It allowed me to pass laws without having to consult the Parliament. Also, I united with Austria to gain German appreciation in that area. And of course, my remilitarization of the Rhineland created opportunity for war to begin.
Ah, yes. That sounds marvelous. Could you tell me also about your conference in Munich? That is my favorite story.
Ah, yes. Well, it all started with the Sudetenland, which was taken from Germany by the Treaty of Versailles and given to...
Treaty of Versailles? Do I need to call him back in here? He didn't say anything about this, that swine. Versailles!
No, it's fine. I'll explain it. Not in my World War II. You have such a temper on you. You hear me?
Get out! Sorry, continue.
Yes, well, the Treaty of Versailles took the Sudetenland from Germany and gave it to Czechoslovakia. I then took it back, which violated the treaty. But nobody stopped me. Then they called a conference in Munich.
Munich?
Chamberlain gave me the Sudetenland and he was all,
don't declare war on Britain. Me and France are too cowardly to fight. Take Czechoslovakia, just promise to leave us in peace. That story always makes me smile. World leaders can be so gullible. Well, my dear Hitler, I'm sorry, but time is limited this evening. I would have to say goodbye. But I'll call you, alright?
I'll be waiting.
Good talk. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, who's next? Ah, yes. Failure of the League of Nations?
Here I am.
Oh, failure of the League of Nations. What are you personified as? Chamberlain? I like the British bowler hat. Very fetching.
It's the only old-timey hat I could find, okay? And I'm not Chamberlain. I'm the League of Nations. That's all. Not everybody has to get into character.
A little bit touchy, are we? Are you upset because the incredible mistakes you made in intervening in international affairs before the war?
Maybe.
It's nothing to beat yourself up over. You just wanted to look after your own country's well-being. You couldn't risk fighting in a war. You were in a depression, for goodness sake.
You think so? When the League of Nations didn't discipline Japan when they took over Manchuria, or when Italy took over Abyssinia, people thought we were acting cowardly. I'm glad you see it from our point of view.
You cowardly? No.
Of course. I wanted cooperation, but nobody followed orders. No countries acted on this disarmament conference. Everyone just started stockpiling weapons and became more powerful.
Fine, fine. Let me get this straight. Your contribution to World War II was that you weakened faith in your power to uphold peace and that you created tensions by accidentally encouraging countries to increase their armies? That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful. Because now I know how you were implicated, and it's always good to know who the guilty parties are. Finally, the last general cause of World War II. Would you step in, please? It's foreign policy responses to threats.
I don't want to come in.
Oh, don't be silly. There's no use trying to avoid me.
Would appeasement work better?
A little bit, but really, you're the last guy of the day. Just sit down.
Alright. If it'll make you happy, I'll answer your questions. Do you want to know about avoidance or appeasement?
What? No aggression? No negotiation? Don't try to fool me. You're hiding something.
No, real foreign policy responses to threats was strictly avoidance and appeasement. If you've already talked to Hitler...
Ah, that guy. What a trauma he is.
Yes, well, he'll have told you that Chamberlain gave him the Sudetenland as long as he promised not to take any more land from Czechoslovakia and not to attack France or Britain. Chamberlain used appeasement to try and prevent war. Of course, World War II, you know that eventually Hitler went back on his promise and tore up the Munich Agreement. So Chamberlain's appeasement really only made Hitler stronger.
And how did avoidance come into the picture?
Well, when Hitler militarized the Rhineland, no one responded, even though it violated the Treaty of Versailles. Also, there was that business with the League of Nations not really dealing with the crisis in Manchuria and Abyssinia. Not to mention how the U.S. was isolating itself from the rest of the world and was really no help to anyone.
Yes, well, thank you for clearing that up for me. I think I have a much better understanding on the general causes of World War II.
Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering about that.
About what?
Well, this whole interview, you're World War II personified. Shouldn't you have already known what caused you? Like, why do you need to conduct an interview?
Well, there's a very simple answer to that. Of course it would be. We have two heads to put together on this one. One of us can come up with something. So, what if I got amnesia from skiing in the Himalayan Alps with my wife a couple of summers ago, and I need my correspondence to come back into my life and refresh my memory. Stupid, I don't even have a wife. Okay, so I know you didn't bear with me with my amnesia idea or my aliens idea or the thing with the wolf, but try to think about this. So, there's these two high school girls, and they're in their social class, and they really need an idea for a video on the 5 general causes for World War II. And we're just figments of their imagination, and they're just using us as puppets to get a good mark.
What? I think I'm just gonna go.
It could happen. Okay. So, I know you didn't bear with me on my amnesia idea or my aliens idea or that thing with the wolf. Alright, this is ridiculous. We have two heads to put together on this. One of us has to come up with something. Alright, so let's say that I had amnesia because I got in a skiing accident when I went vacationing in the Himalayas with my wife a few winters ago. And I need my correspondence to... So, what if I got amnesia from a ski accident that I had in the Himalayan mountains from skiing with my...
Don't look at me! Just don't look at me and it won't go wrong. Like, just kind of look up and just think.
What if... Okay. So, let's say I got amnesia from a skiing accident in the Himalayan mountains.
League of Nations not really dealing with the crisis in Manchuria, and I'm messing up. Okay. Well,
Right.
oh.
Seriously, it's gonna bother me. KKK.
Shut up. Go. Chamberlain used appeasement. Ah. What? Good evening. Good evening. Get back over there. I need to hear from myself. What am I supposed to say? Oh, I'm not wearing my World War I thing. World War II thing. Are you kidding? No. Let's start again.